we're going to be here a while. Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. Now you can see my pretty face. So today's Saturday, the July 22nd, I guess. I went out flying for a little bit today. I hope you guys have been able to. I didn't get much footage of flying. There were just too many people there, which was a good thing. And when there's a lot of people there and the sun is directly in our face, it makes for horrible video. So when there's not many people there and the sun is in our face, then I can walk to the other side of the runway, or I can stand in the middle of the runway, or I can do pretty much what I couldn't do today. So wasn't a whole lot of videoing today, but had a good time. I flew extra number 1 and no 2, and the Edge 540, about 6 packs each. And then the guy showed up with a quad, like a race quad. His name was Brad. He had several of them, and he chased me around with a few battery packs, and we had a good time on that. He videoed it. You know, obviously he could see it wearing the goggles, and he had a GoPro on the front of it. So maybe he'll get me some footage eventually, and when he does, I'll share it with you guys. So, man, look what we got. A Valiant. A dead Valiant. So when I get to the flying field, there's 2 pretty silver trash cans right at the end of the walkway before you get to under our pavilion at the airport. And I always peek in the trash cans. And then today, this little blue wing was sticking out of the top of the trash can. Not the first time I've seen a plane in the trash can. Not the first time that I've seen this still left inside of it. But, so, we scored a 631 receiver and a smart 30 amp speed control and some bits and pieces of a Valiant. But then there's kind of a mystery. The servos are gone from the wings, and you can tell that whoever crashed this removed the servos. So why would they take the servos out of both wings? And I don't know exactly where the servos went for the elevator and the rudder. I've never had this model before. Looks like you can see a spot for one there, so the servos are gone there as well. But the receiver and the speed control. No, obviously no motor. I have the plastic motor mount, and I got a whole other handful of bits and pieces. I was going to try to put it back together just for a cool video, just to see how far I could get it. So maybe I will. I probably have every piece that was in the trash can, put it that way. So I say, in this video, let's see if the receiver is any good, and then depending on the time, we'll see if the speed control is any good. So, why not? So sit tight. Let's get a battery in the transmitter and see what the receiver is going to do. Hang on. Before we check out this receiver and speed control, now's a good time for you guys to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Check to see if you're still subscribed. I looked at the analytics about a month ago, and almost 400 people had unsubscribed. So that means they had to have clicked unsubscribe. Or is there some kind of a glitch? So I don't know. So just check and make sure that you're still subscribed. Okay, grabbing my transmitter and a battery. Hang on. All right, we're going in. Scalpel. And another scalpel. And a shellfish tool. And the other thingamajig. Let's see what we got here. We got an AR631 receiver. And a smart speed control. Smart speed control doesn't look hard to get out at all. Just unplug it and then and then get it out. I didn't know that the Valiants were smart. Now I see why. So this lead broke, and maybe the receiver is shot. If I don't know, somehow it arced or something. So we'll explore that another day, being that I have to fix the connector before I can put a battery on it. So to get this guy out of here, let's see, the antenna. Antenna is free. See if I can just get this underneath it. No, not quite. All right, I'll be back when I get this guy out. Voila. So let's get a transmitter and a servo and a battery. All right, we got a transmitter. Let's get down to the test model. Right there sounds good. Oh, we need to change the color on this. It's easier to see. How do we do that? Right here in the palette. It is on orange. Oh, this model is the high vis. It needs to be on the orange. Oop. Right there. Makes it easier to see. Where's bind at? Where's bind? There's bind. All right, hang on, battery. All right, so I just got a little battery pack. This is actually a vintage Futaba 4.8 volt NiCad pack, but it still works and holds its charge really well. So we'll plug it into channel 1 where the receiver went. I'm looking at the antenna to see if it's bent or gotten kinked real hard, and I don't think it has. So hey, if nothing else, I got a good antenna out of the deal. And then a servo, we'll just plug it into channel 2 where the aliens go. So if it does work, we'll see it twitch like so. So I've got the transmitter on bind. I might need to move away from it because you're supposed to be like 3 feet or more away when you go to bind, but we'll see. So powering, holding bind button down, it's flashing.
Binding, DSMX 22 milliseconds, telemetry. Bind complete.
And the servo looked like it did one dance. So maybe safe select, it wasn't enabled, or we didn't see the dance. I tell you what, let's watch it again now that we're bound. Because when you have safe select enabled, all the control surfaces will do what we call two dances. They'll all move, you know, the elevator, and then after it makes its way around the plane, the elevator will move again. And we call it two dances. Each control surface moving 2 times represents that safe select is enabled. And it only looked like this servo moved once. So that would be safe was not enabled. By the looks of this plane, you know, it's got glue and tape and all kinds of stuff on it. It's had a hard life. Transmitter's on. I don't know if that was 2 dances or not, guys. I think we need to plug it up to the test plane. Yeah, let's do that. If you want to win a jet like this, all you have to do is subscribe. Click the like button and leave a comment. And then ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. At 1,000 subscribers, we gave this jet away. At 5,000, we're going to give another one. I don't know what it is yet. We'll see when that time comes. So hey, subscribe, guys. Happy flying. All right, I've got my test demo plane here. If you haven't seen it before, now you have. It has some improvements on it since I've last used it for demos here on YouTube. I've added flaps to it. So let's see, the antenna was facing forward, so the receiver was mounted like so. Yep. All right, so airplane's off, transmitter's off, transmitter's coming on, and airplane is coming on. It only did one dance. Safe select was not enabled. So this person was flying with no safe. Interesting. I don't have it programmed to the plane, so it's being that I haven't programmed the Valiant into my transmitter. The transmitter is in stock configuration, like there's no changes have been made to the servos or anything, and servos are reversed on the aliens. And I messed up the rudder and the elevator. I sure did. So we'll try this thing one more time. Just for a good measure, right? All right, things are off. So tell you what we could do, being that we have an NX here. Let's add the Valiant to the transmitter real quick, just for the fun of it, and see if that changes safe select or whatever. So on with the transmitter. And then we need to go down here to system setup, model select, add new bind and fly, and we need to find a Valiant. And it does that sometimes. I get halfway through them and the helicopters will pop back up. I haven't seen a Valiant yet. There it is. Importing the Valiant. Then we'll rebind it. E-Flite Valiant 1.3. So system setup, model select, Valiant, and bind. So let's get back in here to bind position. There's my Brutus coming in to say, hey, he's telling me that time is up. I'm like, all right, Dad, you've been playing long enough. I know. Couple more minutes, man. These guys and gals want to see the Valiant in all of its glory. So, we're powering the airplane. I'm pressing the bind button. It's flashing.
DSMX 22 milliseconds. Telemetry.
Only one dance. So, safe select was not configured on this crashed Valiant. Now, take a look at the control surfaces. Since we programmed the Valiant from the list of binding flies directly in the NX, now look at the ailerons are still backwards. So that tells me that this receiver has been wiped clean, and I don't know what. Because when you download the Valiant, unless there's another Valiant in here. So hold that thought, guys. All right, I quickly went to Tower Hobby's website and found the Valiant, and the model number or product number is EFL 49500. So let's go back in here to our list of binding flies and see if we have that particular Valiant. So add new binding fly, and let's look for the EFL 49500. That is the Smart Valiant. The one we got may be the AR636 version. So here's the Valiant. EFL 4950. We need the 49500. And I don't know if there's even enough room for a 49500. So let's just keep on going to see if we see another Valiant. That was the only Valiant I saw. So let's click on it and see if it says a 49500. It doesn't say. We'll bring it in again, though, because if that receiver was programmed to the Valiant that we took it out of, and you import your model just like we did, you should not have to reverse any direction of servos. So there's no reason why those ailerons should be going in the wrong direction, unless throughout forward programming, right before the guy pitched it in the garbage, he just erased it all. And that's a good possibility. So we'll bind it one last time to this Valiant. There's the new Valiant we just brought in. So we're in bind. All right, so powering on our Valiant. I just pressed the bind button. It's flashing.
Binding. DSMX 22 milliseconds. Telemetry.
So no safe select. And here's my transmitter. And the ailerons are backwards. The elevator's backwards. And the rudder's correct. So that tells me that the receiver was wiped clean before the guy pitched in the trash. Because that is how a stock or a completely reset receiver operates, just like it does. So the person wiped it clean before they pitched it in the trash. But, well, hey, thank you. Well, there you have it, guys. We have an AR631 that seemed to work. And we'll see what we can do with the speed control one day. Oh, I didn't show you guys the throttle, did I? I tell you what, let's look at forward programming real quick before I let you guys go. Let me bring you up a little closer. Yeah. So I need to enable throttle cut. Where's my throttle cut? Right there. All right, so now we have a throttle cut. Let's get in here forward programming. Yeah, it's wiped clean, guys. Inhibited. Yep. When we clicked on gyro settings, we should see some kind of the gains. Their level of gains. Let's see, gear. So now we just enabled the gear. So AS3X on in flight mode 2, and it's on in flight mode 3. Got the software level of the receiver is 2.3804, which there's an update for that just came out. Gyro settings, and I'm not seeing the. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to plug it up and check. I'll register it and I'll update it, and we'll see what happens from there. So we'll see what happens from there. So hey guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you guys watching. The whole point of my YouTube venture is to kind of give back and help people that need help, because YouTube is how I learned. So I just want to pay it on forward. So all right guys, thank you so much. And until next time, you'll see me here.